Welcome to the Confidence in You podcast, designed to help you build confidence and create positive, lasting change in your life. And here's your host, Helen Luxford.
Hi, and welcome back to the podcast where we dive deep into the journey of self-discovery, exploring personal growth, and connecting in with your confidence. And thanks for being here. This is episode 3 of 6 of the Empowerment Essentials, a series focusing on self-discovery. And today it's about self-care and wellness and the ripple effect of nurturing yourself. Today, we're diving into a topic that's often overlooked but absolutely crucial: self-care and wellness. As driven women, we're often so focused on taking care of everyone else and everything else that we forget to take care of ourselves. Today, we'll explore why self-care isn't just a luxury, but a necessity. We'll discuss the far-reaching effects of neglecting self-care and how prioritising your wellness can transform not just your life, but the lives of those around you. So let's begin this important conversation. Make sure you stay to the end to get all of the tips. Firstly, let's clarify what I mean by self-care. It's not just about spa days or bubble baths, although I do love those and they can certainly be part of it. True self-care is about attending to your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It's about making choices that support your overall health and happiness. And self-care can look different for everyone. It might be about setting boundaries or prioritising your sleep or eating nutritious foods or exercising or meditating or simply taking the time to do things you enjoy or to just be. The key is that it's intentional and it nurtures you. Now, why is self-care so important? In our fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of constant doing, and we forget to be. After all, we are human beings, not human doings, so we need to allow ourselves time and space to just be, just sometimes to just sit. And this allows us to refill our cup. Think of your well-being like a fuel tank. Think of it like a car. You fill up the car with fuel. You get the car serviced regularly, because you know if you don't, that the car will stop without fuel or the engine might seize up and won't work without regular services. So the question I'm asking you today is, how often do you intentionally pull up at your own self-care service centre to fill your fuel tank? And how often do you book yourself in for a service? In my experience personally and as a coach, we don't do this enough, and we definitely don't do it on a regular basis for the most part. And there's lots of reasons why. Life is busy. But if you ignore your own well-being and don't prioritise it, then one day you might end up seizing up like an engine and falling into bed with a cold, a flu, or God forbid, some other worse ailment. You see, we busy women, we pride ourselves on our ability to juggle multiple responsibilities and wear many hats, and I'm busy. But here's the truth. You can't pour from an empty cup. And self-care isn't selfish. It's absolutely necessary. And here's some reasons why. When you prioritise your well-being, you're better equipped to handle stress, to make clear decisions, and to fully show up in all areas of your life, because your engine is running, because you've looked after it. You're more patient, you're more creative, and you're more resilient. You can take more knocks because you've done the services. Moreover, self-care sets an important example. When you take care of yourself, you show others, especially other women and children, that it's okay and it's necessary to prioritise your own well-being. You become a model of balanced living and self-respect. Now, let's look at what happens when we neglect self-care. Think of us not filling the car with fuel, not putting oil in it, not getting it serviced. The effects can be far-reaching and impact every aspect of our lives. It can impact our physical health. Chronic stress and neglect of basic needs like sleep and nutrition can lead to a weakened immune system, which increases the risk of illness and even long-term health issues. Mental health. Without proper self-care, without allowing ourselves to take those breaks that we so desperately need, we're more susceptible to burnout, anxiety, and depression. Our emotional resilience decreases because we've got nothing in reserve and making it harder to cope with life's challenges. Relationships. When we're depleted, we have less patience and energy for our loved ones, and this can strain relationships and leave us feeling isolated, alone, unseen, unheard, not really able to say anything because we're just so tired. Work performance. Lack of self-care can lead to decreased productivity, creativity, and job satisfaction. It becomes harder to maintain focus and make sound decisions. And self-esteem, our self-esteem. Constantly putting yourself last sends a subconscious, unconscious message that you're not worthy of care and attention. And over time, this can erode your self-esteem, self-worth, and confidence. Life satisfaction. When we're not taking care of ourselves, we often feel like we're just going through the motions. Have you had that? Have you felt like, oh God, just another day on the hamster wheel, going through the motions, getting through it, falling into bed? Life loses its vibrancy and joy when we're just constantly on that treadmill, on that hamster wheel. The neglect of self-care doesn't just affect you. It creates a negative ripple effect that touches everyone in your life. Because your stress levels rise, and as they do, it impacts your family. You have decreased productivity at work, and that affects your colleagues. And your diminished energy influences those around you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, and your community involvement. So how can we start prioritising self-care? Here are some practical steps that you can implement. You've heard me say it before and you'll hear me say it again. Start small. Begin with just 5 to 10 minutes a day dedicated to self-care. This could be a short meditation, journaling, a short walk, anything that is something just for you that you enjoy. The next tip is to schedule it. Put self-care activities in your calendar just like you would any other important appointment, and hold it as important as anything else in your diary. The next point is set boundaries. Just learn to say no to commitments that drain you or that you really, really don't want to do. It's okay to say no and to prioritize your well-being. And the next one is really important as well. Prioritize sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Now you might be saying, oh, you've got to be dreaming thinking of that. But start small and increase your sleep by 15 minutes or half an hour every night till you get up to 7 hours or 8 hours, and maybe some days you might even get 9 hours, because sleep is a foundation to your overall well-being. Research by the Cleveland Clinic in 2024 says even missing as little as 1.5 hours can have an impact on how you feel, causing short-term problems like lack of alertness, memory problems, moodiness and agitation, and inability or unwillingness to participate in normal daily activities. And it goes on to say, during periods of sleeplessness, hidden health hazards accumulate that can't be covered up with concealer or reversed with caffeine. Dr. Foldvari Schafer notes, everything from your cardiovascular system to your immune system feels the impact of lack of sleep. See the link in the show notes below to the article. The next tip is to move your body. Regular exercise is crucial for both physical and mental health. Now, I'm not suggesting you go and join a gym or do Pilates or anything like that, but find a form of movement that you enjoy and build it into your daily routine. Again, start small and go from there. Doing a couple of minutes of stepping whilst you're brushing your teeth is movement, and it's better than not doing anything at all. When you're folding the washing or when you're cooking dinner, just stand and move, or put a song on and dance around the kitchen, or when you're cleaning or sweeping or mopping or anything that you're doing, find a way to build movement into your day. particularly if you're feeling a little bit low in energy or a little bit down. Get up and move your body. Put a song on and do a little dance to it. Movement makes you feel better. And nourish yourself. This tip is really important. Pay attention to what you eat. Have a healthy and varied diet. Fuel your body with nutritious foods that make you feel good. A healthy diet is associated with a richer and more diverse gut microbiome, and that's overall good health. Think of the colours of the rainbow and eat a varied diet that includes whole grains, fruit, vegetables, and protein. And the next one is connections. Connect with others. As humans, we need connection. We're a social species and we're not meant to do it alone. Now, this doesn't mean you have to have a partner. It means creating social connections that fulfill you, that energize you, that lift you up. Be part of a community around you. Nurture relationships that uplift you and support you. Social connection is vital and it's part of self-care. You don't have to have people around you all the time, but it's important to be part of something bigger than yourself. And you can support each other. You can be there for each other when you need it. And remember, self-care is not selfish, it is necessary. By taking care of yourself, you're better able to care for others and show up fully in your life. The ripple effect of your self-care practices can create positive change, not just in your life, but in the lives of those around you. So this week, I challenge you to identify one area of self-care you've been neglecting and take a small step to address it. Take a small step to build a little bit more of that self-care into your routine. It could be going to bed 30 minutes earlier, or taking a lunch break away from your desk, or scheduling time to do something just for you that you really enjoy or love. Because you deserve to feel great, vibrant, energized, and fulfilled. And prioritizing your self-care is a powerful way to reclaim your radiance. And did you know that I regularly run one-day women's retreats that are designed through feedback from busy women just like you? They're purposefully one-day retreats rather than weekends, so you can take a time out without the hassle of worrying about being away overnight. And for those of you that do like weekend retreats, occasionally I run those too. Keep an eye on my socials and website for upcoming events or DM me to find out more. Join me next week where we'll dive into the power of time management and prioritizing. And if you'd like some help, book in a free 30-minute consult on my website. The link is in the show notes below. And I'd love for you to share this episode with family and friends so together we can raise our confidence. Thanks for being here, and until next time, remember to let your light shine.